Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about being productive this weekend. This video is being recorded on a Friday, so people will be watching it mainly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But you could be watching this any day of the week. But I want to really stress the fact that too often people have adopted this new worldly mentality of a 5-day work week. Some are even going less than that now. Oh, 3 days a week or 4 days. And there's this mentality of avoiding work, of less work being better. Obviously, that's understandable when you're coming from the mindset of hating your job, hating what you're doing, not liking people you work with, and all that stuff. But that's a whole different issue. And disliking work is not the same as disliking where you work or the people you work with. But too many people have conflated the two, and now they have this hatred for the productivity and usefulness of working. And I made a video about the 5-day work week and how it doesn't have anything to do with keeping the Sabbath, and people talk about, oh, I need a day off each week, and I made a video that goes into detail about that and the scriptural reasons why that's not accurate, and I'll put a link in the description below to that video. But in this video I want to really go into the fact that you need to be productive. You don't see anywhere in God's creation where there's a lack of productivity unless there's death. One single seed goes in the ground, and when enough time passes, you get a forest of trees. There is constant abundance, and you don't get from one single seed in return. You get a whole field of seeds. There's such an abundance and such productivity in God's creation that for you to come in, be in the image and likeness of God, and not be productive, not be doing useful things, taking days off, taking vacations, being lazy, and to be quite blunt, just being an indolent fool, isn't getting you anywhere. You need good work day in and day out to keep you busy, to keep you productive, and the key is to do it unto the Lord. See, most people are just doing it, oh, I'm trying to take care of my family, oh, I'm doing this, and some of that is just catchphrases and excuses people have thrown out there for why they do anything, or they think it sounds good. But if you want to really be able to be consistent day in and day out, your focus should be on doing what you're doing as if it's unto the Lord. Because if you do that, you have a higher reason than money or material things or even your family for doing things the way you're doing them, which is well and excelling and doing things in a magnificent way. The average person doesn't do that. The average person cuts corners. They look for excuses not to do something. They look for taking breaks. If their workday's ending at 5, by 4:30 they're already slowing down and stopping. And day in and day out, they're stealing from their employers by not working, by not doing things they should be doing, by being on social media and reading news and doing all these things that are completely unrelated to the job that they're doing. My friend, you really need to step up your productivity. This isn't to be productive for someone else either. As you know, if you watched any of my videos, I stress that you should have your own business. But I also understand that many people either can't or just won't do that. They don't want to take the risks and they're afraid of it, or maybe they just don't know what to do, and that's all right. But whatever you're doing, whether you have your own business or you're working for somebody else, you should be doing it the best you possibly can. The reason why you're not getting ahead, the reason why you're not getting promotions and raises and these kind of things, or your business is not more successful or whatever it may be, is because you're not doing that. And because right when you start getting some momentum, Friday comes and you start slowing down to a complete standstill, and you got the weekend, then you're watching sports and movies and going out to eat and doing all these rest and relaxation things that seem good, but all they're doing is hindering you from further success. And every single week, you're just starting all over again at a momentum of 0, and you start to get ramped up, and Wednesday it starts slowing down, Thursday you're already going downhill, and by Friday it's getting back to a standstill, And the weekend comes, you're doing nothing at all towards your goals, no productivity, and you're back at zero again. And then you wonder why a lifetime of doing that, you don't have anything to show for it. I'm not even talking about material things. You haven't done anything. You haven't had any accomplishments. And this isn't criticism. This is to hopefully, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are, that you will wake up and awake to righteousness and say, wow, I never even considered that. Every day is ticking by and I'm not accomplishing more. I'm not doing more. And I know I could. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself, well, I'm doing the best I can. Really? Because what about that 3 hours you spent on social media yesterday? Or the 10 or 20 hours you spent last week watching movies and entertainment? That's not doing your best. And you know that, if you're honest with yourself. Even if you're not honest with yourself, you know that's not doing your best. Obviously it's not. No one who could ever argue that. But see, you're not going to, at the end of your life, be happy that you spent that 10 hours or 20 hours of playing video games or watching movies or listening to music or reading fiction or any of these things. You're just not. You're going to be regretful of that time wasted. Now, hopefully you won't, because hopefully you will right here and now make a decision and say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to have activities each and every day that get me closer toward my goals. I'm not going to come to a standstill when the weekend comes and then have to start ramping back up Monday morning. I'm not going to be miserable in work. I'm going to see work as ennobling, work as something good and useful for me in my daily activities. Not something to be dreaded, not something to be cursed or shunned, but something to be blessed that I can do. To truly be grateful that I can do these things. And knowing that each and every day I'm even getting better and better and better. My friend, you want to be one of the people of great accomplishment and achievement in this life? Even if you don't, if you want to be more than you are now, this is the key. You can't take breaks all the time. You can't go on vacations all the time. Have constant built-in entertainment and recreation for your life. Now, you do need rest, of course. And there are things you can do that would be rest without losing any momentum. But the movies, entertainment, sports, all these things are not it. Those are ways of completely distracting you and completely sidetracking you from your goals. So my friend, I want to encourage you today to really take up that mindset that I'm not going to give up. My weekend does not mean the end of my productivity. It means a continuation of my great momentum that I've made throughout the week. And now I'm going to have even more successes. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm not going to be indolent. I am going to take action, dramatic, big action, and achieve my goals. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.